Our main news this morning is this absolutely shocking case that was revealed yesterday. The UK's largest police force facing serious questions this morning after one of its officers, David Carrick, admitted 49 charges, including 23 rapes, spanning 18 years. Despite a string of accusations, one of the UK's worst serial rapists was able to join and stay on in the Metropolitan Police for 20 years.
The Metropolitan Police has admitted it's also investigating more than 1,600 other cases involving more than 1,000 of its officers and staff. They've apologised to the victims. Lorna Shaddock joins us now from outside Scotland Yard. I think the question, Lorna, everybody is asking, when you read the headlines this morning, the front pages, the scale of this over so many years, so many opportunities for intervention which wasn't taken to stop this man being a police officer. How did this happen?
Yeah, you're right, Ed. That is the question being faced by the top brass here at the Met this morning. And it comes down to the fact, really, as you say, that David Carrick was brought to the attention of police over 9 incidents between 2000 and 2021, including allegations of rape and domestic abuse, and faced not so much as a misconduct hearing or any kind of sanction during that period. And that is despite the fact that it's now emerged he would be meeting women on dating sites during that period and controlling what they wore, what they ate, who they spoke to, even when they were sleeping. And during that time, he also faced re-vetting by the Metropolitan Police and was even allowed to become a firearms officer. Now, there is already a review going on here at Scotland Yard into their internal culture and standards, and Baroness Casey, who's leading that review, has called for a full inquiry. But in the meantime, all 45,000 officers and staff here will face being rechecked for any previously missed offences. But as for David Carrick himself, well, he will only now finally be dismissed from the Met later today.
You're safe with me. That's how PC David Carrick would greet women he met, flashing his police warrant card. Far too late. His employers have realised that was anything but the case.
I think it's important that I say I recognise that we failed and that I'm sorry, and that I know we've let women down.
The 48-year-old, licensed to carry a gun, would boast of his decade of work guarding Parliament and politicians like Boris Johnson, but is now known as one of Britain's worst sexual offenders. He joined the Met in 2001, then was investigated the following year when an ex-partner accused him of assault, but no charges were brought. Well over a decade later, during which a dozen women now say he raped them, he had passed both probation and his re-vetting. But he was removed from frontline duties, though not suspended, when a Hertfordshire woman's rape accusation saw him in court. That encouraged other victims finally to speak up, leading to his arrest.
Possibly the reason why some of the victims didn't come forwards is because they were terrified that they wouldn't be believed because their perpetrator was himself a police officer. So this is a catastrophe, I think, for policing.
The Met says it's now reviewing any allegations of domestic abuse or sexual offences involving its officers over the past decade. That's more than 1,500 cases involving over 1,000 officers and staff.
They're meant to protect us and deal with these crimes, but actually they're perpetrating them with impunity.
As the force finally holds a misconduct hearing against Carrick today, many women are left more doubtful than ever that its badge offers them any protection. Lorna Shaddock, Good Morning Britain.